Hey everyone, so today we're diving deep into the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. This is a phone with some of the most insane hardware I've ever seen. But yeah, there's one pretty big catch. Let's get right into it.
You know, the source we're digging into for this explainer kicks things off with a super bold claim. Most reviews just flat out get it wrong. They get so caught up in the numbers, the specs, that they kind of miss the bigger picture.
And that's exactly right. So let's just push the boring spec sheet aside for a minute. We're going to talk about how this phone actually feels and performs in the real world, in your day-to-day life.
Which brings us to the big question we're trying to answer here. Is the Xiaomi 15 Ultra just a bunch of marketing hype, or is it a genuine game changer? Does it actually shift what we should expect from a top-tier phone?
Well, to figure that out, we have to look past the numbers on a page and dive into the actual tangible experience of using this thing.
And this is where Xiaomi is absolutely swinging for the fences. I mean, they built a device that just feels different from the second you pick it up.
Okay, the moment you hold this phone, you get it. This isn't just premium for the price. It's genuinely premium, period. It feels solid, expensive, and like every little detail was obsessed over.
And it's how all these little things come together. That ceramic back is cool to the touch and has this really satisfying weight to it. The aluminum frame is polished perfectly, and the buttons, they have that perfect snappy click. Now it is a big phone, for sure, two-handed device, but it wears that size with a ton of confidence.
And then you turn on the screen, and you're hit with this number, 4,000 nits. It almost sounds fake, right? But what it does in the real world is just wow.
So what in the world does that actually mean for you? Well, it means you can be standing in direct, blazing sunlight, and your screen will be perfectly crystal clear. No glare, no squinting. This isn't just a small step up, it is easily one of the best displays on any phone out there.
Of course, powering all this is the absolute monster of a chip, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. Benchmarks are cool and all, but how does it actually feel day to day?
Honestly, it's pretty much flawless. You can throw any game you want at it, crank all the settings to max. It won't even break a sweat. No stutters, no dropped frames. You can multitask like crazy, and it just keeps going. And what's really impressive is how cool it stays, even after an hour of heavy use. This thing is built for speed.
All right, let's flip this phone over and talk about the feature that totally dominates the design. And trust me, it's for a very good reason.
Yeah, you literally cannot miss that giant circular camera bump. It houses a whole system that was co-engineered with Leica, but the real star of the show is that main sensor. Its size is everything.
We're talking about a 1-inch type sensor. Now, for a smartphone, that is absolutely massive. But why does that matter so much?
Okay, think of it this way. A bigger bucket catches more rain, right? Well, a bigger sensor physically captures more light. That means your photos at night are way cleaner, way more detailed. And you get that beautiful, natural-looking blurry background in your photos without needing some cheesy software filter. It makes the pictures look less like they came from a phone and more like they came from a real camera. But it's not just about that one awesome sensor. The whole system works together. You've got that incredible 1-inch main camera, a really powerful 5x zoom lens, and a great ultra-wide. And they all have consistent, beautiful colors. The selfie camera, it's fine. But let's be real, you're buying this phone for the cameras on the back.
And here's the secret weapon, the thing a lot of reviews just kind of gloss over. There's a whole separate, dedicated chip just for processing images. That means the phone takes pictures faster and the final result looks better, especially when the lighting is tricky. It's a total pro-level move.
Okay, so the hardware is incredible, almost perfect. But, and this is a pretty big but, there's one area where this phone really stumbles.
And this source we're looking at really just nails it with this quote. The hardware is a solid 10 out of 10. The software, though, well, that's what's holding it back from being truly perfect.
And this really gets at the honesty gap of the whole experience. The software, MUII 15, just isn't as clean or polished as what you'd get from Samsung or Google. You might run into weird things, like notifications being delayed, or a bunch of pre-installed apps you don't want. And the big one? There's no long-term update promise. For some people, that stuff is no big deal. But for others, it could be a total deal breaker.
So, with all that said, let's bring it all home. How does this hardware beast actually stack up against its biggest rival? And more importantly, who should actually buy this phone?
When you put them head-to-head like this, the story becomes really clear.
For the display, Xiaomi wins, hands down. That brightness is just unbeatable. For still photos, again, Xiaomi's 1-inch sensor gives it the edge, especially in low light. But when it comes to software, yeah, Samsung takes an easy win with a much more polished experience and that long-term support. Design, well, that's up to you. But the Xiaomi definitely makes more of a statement.
So, should you buy it? Look, it really boils down to this. You get the Xiaomi 15 Ultra if hardware is absolutely everything to you. If you want the brightest screen and a camera that takes breathtaking photos, this is your phone. But you wait or look somewhere else if you just can't live without a perfectly smooth software experience and the peace of mind that comes with years of updates.
And really, that's the ultimate question this phone forces you to ask yourself. Xiaomi has built a device with what might be the best smartphone hardware on the planet. But is that amazing hardware enough to make you overlook the cracks and imperfections in its software? That's the trade-off, and it's a big one.